Hey guys, so let's get straight to the training series. I'm going to talk about how to turn a small social media following into a full-time passive income without any YouTube ads, without any TikTok ads, without any sponsors. Turn them into real money that's actually yours. So I'm going to break this video down into three main components. So how to create a product people will pay lots of money for, how to sell that irresistible product effortlessly, and a little bonus lesson on how to price products using psychology. So this really bothers me. Relying on YouTube AdSense or the Creator Fund if you're in TikTok to make money, or begging for sponsors to work with you because they're only using you. There's a person here in Reddit that says, I have 1.2k subs and about 1,600 views per 48 hours. Currently making $1 to $2 a day for coding tutorials. I've given up. It's not worth my while for something that was taking 25% of my time and contributing 2% of my income. So ads is very, very poor way to make money. There's another person here from a TikTok point of view. I got $180 for 15.2 million views of the Creator Fund. Extremely disappointing. Or, this also bothers me, constantly relying on affiliate links. Why? Because you're at the mercy of someone else and you cannot choose your own price. So let's say you put lots of effort to sell like something that's $200, or that might be like 150 pounds if you're in the UK. So you put lots of effort to sell that and then you only get like $20. You can't make a full-time income unless you're selling tons and tons and tons of things. Let's get straight to it. First of all, I'm not going to give you a motivational speech. I'm going to jump straight into it. Followers do not equal money. Likes do not equal money. So what am I trying to say here? So followers, having a number of followers only determines how many people are willing to say, click follow, click follow, click follow. Likes do not equal more money. I follow tons of business YouTubers, tons of business profiles on Instagram, TikTok, literally everywhere, Facebook, wherever it is. And I love their advice, but sometimes I just don't feel like pressing like. I listen to their advice and I take every single advice they spew out, even fitness advice from other people. No matter how amazing it is, the chances of me determining if I'm going to like it depends on if I have the energy to double tap or press that button. Sometimes when I'm doom scrolling, when I'm just scrolling through Instagram and as many social media stuff, the last thing I want to do is spend extra muscle to just press like. Most oftentimes you'll find like older people pressing likes, like. They're not really just consuming it. So it only determines if you're willing to press a button. It doesn't determine if that content is helpful or it's amazing. It doesn't determine how engaged your customers are. That's a very controversial view, but I stick by that. People who press buttons does not equal customers. Followers and likes are vanity metrics, not business metrics. I know many YouTubers, I know many people in TikTok who have 100k followers, 1 million followers, and they're still working part-time jobs. They may be like relying off like the Creator Fund, or they may be relying off affiliate schemes, and they're still not having that full-time income. They can easily quit their job if they make their own product. But since they're relying on other people's products, well, they're at the mercy of other people. Followers do not equal more customers. Followers means more eyes on you, aka traffic, but that doesn't mean traffic. You have to convert that traffic into customers, what I'm trying to say is. So, if I want $2,000 a month, let's say I'm working my 9 to 5 and I'm earning $2,000 a month, and I want to jump away from my 9 to 5 and be full-time, I want to quit my 9 to 5 job, then I could sell one product a month at $2,000. Well, I could quit my job if I'm consistently doing that. You could sell 2 products a month at $1,000, you could sell 4 at $500, you could sell 20 at $100, or you could sell 50 products a month at $40. First of all, you might be thinking, no way am I going to charge like $2,000 for a product. No way am I going to charge like $1,000 for a product. That's unreal. That's a scam. Well, this is what part 1 is for. How to create a product people will pay lots of money for. Because at the end of the day, it might seem like tons of money for you, $2,000. Let's say, for example, I'm a content creator and I'm looking to help businesses get a bigger return on their money. So to them, they might pay me $2,000 a month for my services to improve their social media marketing campaign, but in return they get $20,000 more that month. So it doesn't matter about the number of like, oh, $2,000, that's a lot of money. In return, all the business is asking and requesting and wanting is a return in their investment. You could charge $100,000, you could charge $1 million. If they get a return of more than $1 million, then to them it's worth it. So you have to have that mindset. Don't think that $1,000 is a lot, $2,000 is a lot. How can I ever price a product of $1,000 plus? I also want to ask you another question. So if I want to lose weight fast, would I buy a free 100-page fully packed information loaded PDF on how to lose weight really quickly? Or would I buy liposuction that costs $50,000? Well, you might be thinking, oh, I'm not really sure. Do you know why? Well, personally, I would choose the liposuction. Here's why. I know, it's only a hypothetical solution. So this is the value equation popularized by Alex Hormozi. The more you can optimize these, which I'm going to talk about in a second, then you can price anything at any price. So this ebook, although it's completely free, and you see many people nowadays, they're selling ebooks left, right and center, and people are not getting any sales, even if it's free, even though it's 100 pages, even though it's value packed. Do you know why? Because the dream outcome is high. It might be like an ebook on how to get shredded, how to get six-pack abs, but the perceived likelihood of achievement is quite low. So that means that, you could read a book, you could read the ebook, and you're not really sure if it's actually going to get you that six-pack. It's all dependent on you. Also, if you want to have high value, people are looking for something that's quick. This one has a high time delay. So you have to read the book, whatever 100 pages it is, and then you have to think to yourself, okay, so I have to implement it, I have to stick to these rules, I have to have lots of effort and sacrifice, I have to cut out carbs, I have to cut out sweets, chocolate, and I have to stick to this for 5 months, 6 months, quite long. So the value of this ebook technically is very poor. Value is not determined by price. It's determined by these. Does it have an amazing goal? Is it having a high chance of achievement? Is it quick? And is it easy? Liposuction. I know people as a dietitian. By my natural job description, I am a dietitian, and I've seen many people, they've taken out loans that put them into financial ruin just to get that liposuction, and it's $50,000 or more. So here's why. Because the dream outcome is there. They can get like six-pack abs with a little bit of effort, or they can lose tons of weight, and the perceived likelihood of achievement is extremely high. It's a safe surgery most of the time. They go to sleep under anesthesia, and then within a few hours, then they wake up with all the weight lost. Time delay. Well, you go to sleep and you wake up. Effort and sacrifice. You don't have to cut out any carbs, you don't have to cut out anything. You go to sleep and wake up. So, because of these amazing things, the part of the value equation, it's amazing, easy, it's quick, and it's effortless. Then you can price anything, no matter what it is, because it's very valuable. So here are things, now I'm going to go to the part of how can you make your product and create your product that has all of these parts of the value equation. So you could label your product, you could offer money back guarantees, plus have lots of testimonials. That's extremely important because people want to trust it. Time delay. Make results as quick as possible and make it as easy as possible. I'm going to break it down into much more of each of these little steps, so let's get straight to it. Look like a Greek god in 30 days, only going to the gym 2 times a week. No results? Get your money back. No questions asked. I could also put in lots of testimonials if I have any. Time delay. Get the results. Look like a Greek god in 30 days. Ooh, that's something interesting. And only go to the gym 2 times a week. So when you craft something, make sure the effort and sacrifice is as little as possible. So let's say I'm creating a fitness program for gamers. Gamers don't like going to the gym, they don't like leaving their house, they like oftentimes drinking cans of energy drinks. It's a lot of effort and sacrifice to go to the gym. What if I said, you can lose weight, gain more muscle without even stepping foot in the gym, without even leaving your room? Well, that's part of the value equation. So let's go into much more detail. So what increases the dream outcome? So try to make your results as specific as possible. So for example, lose 10 pounds in 30 days and feel confident in your favorite outfit. So remember, I'm saying lose 10 pounds in 30 days instead of saying lose weight. Emotional connection. Imagine walking into a room and feeling like the best version of yourself. So When people want something, when they buy something, when they want a service, there's a deeper reason. They don't want to just lose weight. They want to feel confident. They don't want to earn money. They want financial security. They want to retire their parents, all those kinds of things. So find the deeper emotional connection. And also, pile up the benefits. So to really make the dream outcome very, very irresistible, pile up the benefits. So not just weight loss, but you'll have more energy. You'll sleep better, you'll have a stronger body, you'll be able to walk and not feel exhausted, you'll be able to lift your kids when they're 3 years old and you won't feel exhausted. You can play with them, you can walk your dog without being exhausted. You can list a whole range of things. Try to pile in the benefits to improve your dream outcome. If you're selling anything, if you're trying to create a landing page or any page where you could sell your product, always focus on the value equation. So what reduces the dream outcome? I've seen so many people do this, especially dietitian friends that want to work privately. So they say, okay, I want to help you lose weight. Well, how much weight? And how long are you going to work with me? I'm not really sure if that person really understands his or her capabilities, so I'm not going to work with that person. It's too vague, it's too generic. There's no niche. Unrealistic claims. Obviously, if someone says lose 50 pounds in 2 weeks with no exercise, then that's unrealistic. No matter how good you are as a personal trainer or a dietitian or a fitness influencer, if it's unrealistic, then it just seems silly. You'll lose credibility. There's no emotional connection. I'll help you lose weight. But why? Now let's go to the perceived likelihood of achievement. Try to implement this with your service or your product. So in your landing page or when you talk about things, show social proof, show testimonials, before and after pictures, reviews, client reviews. So there's a saying by an amazing businessman called Alex Hormozi, proof is more important than promise. So let's say, for example, that I know how to make 2-ingredient pasta and it's very, very simple, but I have 100 people saying it's the best pasta in the world, compared to I have the most amazing pasta in the world, but only my mom says it. But it has 5 ingredients and I could tell the whole world about it. I could sell the pasta which has 5 ingredients and it's the best thing. I know it's the best thing, but only my mom says so. Well, which am I going to trust a bit more? Am I going to trust the pasta that has 2 simple ingredients and it takes 5 seconds to make, but has 100 reviews? Or am I going to trust the amazing pasta and it tastes amazing and I could say all the amazing things, but only my mom says it's amazing? So the testimonials and the proof is stronger than the promise. So I highly recommend, if you're creating a landing page or before you even say and list out all the amazing things about your product, just talk about the testimonials, show testimonials. Show how, let's say, before and after photos of fitness, people losing weight or gaining muscle, before and after. It doesn't have to be just photos, it can also be testimonials. So, for example, if you're a content creator and you're helping people scale their social media business, you can get people to say, what was life like before working with me? What was your profile like before working with me and after? That's a before and after review. Also, make it clear and proven process. So you could say my 3-phase plan includes personalized nutrition, simple workout routines, and weekly check-ins. Tell them exactly what's going to happen, because there's nothing worse than buying a product and you don't exactly know what's going to happen. So let me share another story. I used to work in McDonald's. It was my first job and I worked with another person who was really into the gym. His name is Joe. He then moved on from McDonald's and he became a personal trainer. He's not properly qualified as a personal trainer, but he knows about nutrition. He's very passionate about nutrition, and to be honest, he's quite muscular. And he became the most sought out personal trainer, not just because he is quite muscular, but he has a clear plan. He charges people like £200 a month, which is probably like $250 a month, around that area. So he charges them that much and he has tons of clients. He has 10 clients a month or 20 clients a month. He's basically financially free. But all he does, he's easily contactable through WhatsApp. So you can message him any question, anytime. And he only requires one thing from you, that when you're doing workouts, that he'll do weekly check-ins. So he'll get you to track your macros and then send them to him, and he'll also get you to film a few videos of your form, and then he'll send a Loom video or a screen recording of him reacting to those and talking about how you can improve it. Okay, he would also say, like, for example, oh, it seems like your weight is stable but your macros are good. Okay, I recommend that you increase your protein and reduce the fat, and then we can review it next week. So he's very contactable through WhatsApp, 24/7 WhatsApp messaging, and he has weekly check-ins. And because of that, he shines out above all of the PTs because people know exactly what's gonna happen. He's not too, what's the word I'm looking for, too overbearing. He's not gonna say, so did you eat your macros? Did you eat your macros? Did you eat your protein? He just trusts you. He just gives you everything all there, and then all you have to do is simply just message him and send the weekly check-ins. Make sure your product or your service is clear and it has a proven process. Start, middle, and end. Certifications. So I could say, okay, I can give you the best nutrition advice in the world, but I could be a 50-year-old businesswoman who's never stepped foot in the gym, compared to me, who has been in the gym for like 10 years. I know, I enjoy the gym, by the way. I'm not crazy muscular, but I have a degree in dietetics. So the difference between a dietitian and that 50-year-old businesswoman is I can advise people on personalized medical information. If you have liver disease, you have type 1 diabetes, and you're unsure how to work out and what to eat before your gym workouts, then ideally I have the certifications. So if you do have a certification, there's a book called Unfair Advantage. If you're in business, try to use that unfair advantage. If you have 50,000 subscribers, then completely brag about it if you're having a social media business and you're helping other people grow the social media following. If you have a degree in finance and you're helping people improve their finances, then brag about it as much as possible. That will increase the likelihood of achievement. Also, this is one of the best things to improve the perceived likelihood of achievement, a risk reversal. If you don't see results in 30 days, for example, I'll give you a full refund. I know it sounds a bit scary to give full refunds, but it'll get tons more clients. So there's this company, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's a t-shirt company. And to say, if you're not happy with our t-shirt, we'll send you 2 more t-shirts for free. No questions asked. It seemed a bit risky, but they would only get 1 person in every 30 extra sales just because of that risk reversal. So you have to be very confident in your plan, and if you're giving a risk reversal, it'll show people that you're really confident that you can help them and there's no risk. Also, give massive support. Go over and beyond. So like my friend Joe, who has a fitness service, he gives 24/7 WhatsApp support. There's no gatekeeping. So what reduces the likelihood of achievement? So there's no proof, no testimonials, vague claims. Oh, Jonathan helped me lose weight. Okay, but it didn't explain a transformation, what life was like before and after, and there's no visible client results. If I was to see a web page that said, okay, I'll help you lose weight, compared to one that doesn't say anything, but there's 20 testimonial videos of people saying what life is like before and after working with me, then I'll definitely go for the other one that has lots of testimonials. Too complicated. So some people try to overcomplicate things. We'll track 17 metrics daily and adjust your macros every 3 hours. Just keep it simple. This is controversial, but the reason why Trump won many elections in the United States is not just because of his claims, but because of him speaking in a very simple language. He's not using any jargon like, oh, we're going to expedite the functional blah blah blah. I don't know the political fancy jargon language. Hence, I don't really understand many things in politics. So he says things like, we are going to improve the oil rigs and turn the US into the gold mine for artificial intelligence, gold mine for crypto, or stuff like that. He uses simple terms. So he makes simple promises instead of, we're going to raise our quarterly earnings by 15%, and then if we don't get a return by that, then we're going to reduce the blah 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 into 75%. Keep it simple. They say, if you want to improve your marketing as much as possible, try to scan your whole main page, your landing page, your product page, literally everything, and try to make it understandable at a 5th grader level. Because if one person doesn't understand, then instantly they're going to quit, they're going to leave, or they might feel like they're unworthy enough, or the product it's not worth it. It's too risky because they don't understand things. Also, try to avoid having an unclear plan. We'll just work on improving your fitness. What does that mean? Am I going to grow my shoulders? Am I going to grow my biceps? Am I going to grow my glutes? what's exactly gonna happen? Now let's get to the time delay. So, quick wins. You don't have to say you're gonna lose weight 30 pounds in 2 weeks, but you can break the wins in as short as possible. So you can lose your first 3 pounds in your first week. So if you break it down into little wins, that will improve motivation, and it might feel like, oh, I'm actually winning. You don't have to say we'll make you lose weight, or we'll make you lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Let's keep the goals as short as possible. Make it a fast start. So once they sign up to your service or your product, get straight to the point. We'll start your personalized workout plan the day you sign up. Streamlined process. With just 3 hours a week of workouts, you'll start seeing results fast. So make everything as speedy as possible and as done for you as possible. There's an example over here where Amazon, although Amazon was doing amazing, they exploded their growth once they brought in the one-click checkout button. It costed many millions of dollars to integrate this one-click checkout button, but it streamlined everything. Another thing about Amazon is they do Amazon Prime, so they'll deliver things within the next day. So that reduces the time delay, and there's no extra fee. I know you have to pay a little bit more, maybe like a monthly fee or a yearly fee for Amazon Prime, but once you pay for it, then there's no further fee. It's easy, extremely quick, one click, and then I get something the next day if I need something urgently. Alright, so what reduces effort and sacrifice? So keep your routines as simple as possible. So work out 2 times a week for only 3 minutes. So try to break down any claim. So for example, if you're targeting fitness to mums who want to lose weight, who have 2 children, for example, they don't have time for the gym. That's a pain point for them. So try to revolve your plan around, okay, if you're a mum with 2 kids, I'll show you how to lose 2 pounds a week without ever going to the gym. And it'll only take 5 minutes a day. Hint, it's a calorie deficit. You don't have to build muscle all the time. If I'm a gamer, for example, and I don't want to step foot in the gym, then you could say, okay, because that's a pain point. They don't want to get out of their chairs. And by the way, I'm a gamer. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm into, like, I used to be into RuneScape and Warcraft and all those kinds of things, so I know what it's like. So if I wanted to get shredded, then all I have to do is to focus on a calorie deficit. So in reality, pain point. I don't want to leave my chair. I want to still keep on gaming 5 hours a day. I don't want my character to fall behind. So I could say, if I'm targeting gamers for fitness, then all you have to do is simply make some changes into your diet. You don't have to go to the gym at all. And that might be a revelation to them, but it's an amazing pain point that's been broken down. Maybe if you're a service business and you're saying, okay, we're going to increase your impressions, we're going to increase your traffic by 3 times using Facebook ads, and you don't have to lift a single finger. You just have to give us access to your Facebook business profile, and we'll take care of everything. We'll create all the ads for you. We'll create all the creatives, all the videos, and you don't have to do anything. Well, that's very tempting for big business owners because they don't have to do anything. Then that's reducing effort and sacrifice. Easy to follow plans. So get 3 ingredient recipes that are cheap and high in protein. I've seen many times, personally, that people say like, these are really easy recipes, and then you go to the website and it has 5 ingredients. If it's more than 3 ingredients, personally for me, then it's way too complicated for me. That's not simple. I don't know what these people are thinking, that 10 ingredients is simple or it takes 30 minutes. That's not simple. If I can pop it in the microwave, then that's simple. Convenience. All workouts can be done at home, anywhere and anytime. So make it convenient and extremely done for you as much as possible. No willpower needed, or very little willpower needed. Now let's go to the final bit. What increases effort and sacrifice? If it's too complex, this is completely the opposite of what you're trying to look for. So people pay money so they can speed things up. So let's say I have no idea how to learn business. I can either learn it myself, which could take years and lots of mistakes, or I can buy a course to speed up the learning and learn from other people's mistakes, learn from what's working. So people pay things so they can speed things up. People pay for literally everything. It's a transfer of value. Alright, so significant lifestyle changes. You aren't allowed to eat carbs, sweets, gluten in this diet at all. Okay, that's too much effort and sacrifice. It's not worth it. Then there's no support system. Follow the plan and come back in 3 months. So too much effort and sacrifice. Just make it so easy. So in summary, for this value equation, how to create a product people will pay lots of money for. Make your product or service provide amazing results with a high success rate, quick and effortless as much as possible. So now let's get straight to part 2. How to sell irresistible product effortlessly. And this might get into a techie bit, but I'm not going to go crazy in depth with this. I want you to research these websites for yourself, but I'll explain how they work and how it helped my business explode. And if you're not aware, my business is a binge eating recovery dietitian. And personally, I hate finding clients. So I'm going to explain how you can get people to get onto your course or your service effortlessly. So there are 3 types of audiences: the cold audience, warm audience, and hot audience. So to get this quick and over and done with, because you probably know this, cold audience has a problem that needs to be solved, but they don't know you. So literally, these are people that are not your target audience. So like, for example, TikTok is really good at just marketing or showing content to literally everyone. The For You page is a cold audience. Warm audience is people that they know have a problem and it needs to be solved, and they slightly know you, they slightly trust you, so they could be part of your email campaign, they could probably be already following you, or they could already know you. And the hot audience here is you've solved their problem and they're willing to buy from you ASAP, or they know, they're really sure that you can solve their problem, so they're ready to buy from you ASAP. So try to focus on the warm audience and hot audience. So cold audience, people randomly scrolling on social media, they're not that interested. Warm audience, you have to grab them and put them in your email list, and then you have to engage with them. They have to be people who engage frequently with your content. Hot audience, they're ready to buy from you. They're just ready to just find your checkout page. So you have to grab people from the cold audience, turn them into a warm audience, and you have to nourish them. You have to engage with them. You have to make them feel they can trust you, and then they'll turn into a hot audience. So how can we turn them into a cold audience to a warm audience? So first of all, stop saying click the link in bio. I'm going to talk about how to use DM automation in a second. So here are 4 big things to make marketing effortless, and this is basically a hack that I've been using in my business. So ManyChat. If you haven't heard of ManyChat, it's DM automation, email sequences, Kit or MailChimp. You can use another email sequence, StanStore, and Repostify. So I'm gonna go a little bit more in depth about these. So before making social media posts, set these up. I highly recommend. So ManyChat automates your DMs. What does that exactly mean? So ManyChat mostly integrates with, currently at the time of this posting, Facebook and Instagram. So for example, if you can set these automations and it works with AI. So for example, if you create a reel and then someone comments on that reel, wow, that's an amazing reel, it will automatically create a conversation for you to DM or message that person who commented on your reel to say, oh, I hope you enjoyed my reel. Check out my online course if you really enjoyed this reel. You can set the automation to say exactly what they want, exactly what you want to say. So you don't have to do anything. So for context, I had this viral social media reel which garnered 1 million views. It was basically, because my business is a binge eating recovery dietitian, a little 5-second reel of saying POV, that moment when you're hiding your crisps and bringing them upstairs, walking past your parents, or something like that. Something really short. It goes from me just holding the crisp behind my back and just walking across the screen. So that was very relatable for the audience. And then tons of people were commenting, oh, that's me. So I just checked right now and I got 300 comments from that viral reel. And then every single person, because I was using ManyChat, has been automatically DM'd, automatically messaged to say, oh, I hope you enjoyed this reel. If you struggle with binge eating, then there's a link that's attached that says, click the link in the description to get my $67 online course. And it got me many sales just from posting that reel. And then the next day I posted another reel which got 50,000 views, and it got me around like 19 or 20 comments, and each of those comments automatically got that DM pointing them to that course. I don't have to do anything, I just have to constantly create content. Also, you can also set certain keywords. So for example, I don't know if you've seen in Instagram where people say, comment the word pizza and then I'll send you an exclusive discount code, or comment the word webinar and I'll send you that secret webinar. You can do that from ManyChat. So I did that. I said, comment the word freedom and I'll send you a personalized link so you can book a discovery call with me to see if we're a fit to work with each other. So ManyChat, extremely powerful. Don't rely on link in the bio because ManyChat has been shown to increase engagement by 80% because you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is just create the content. Kit. On top of my business, when I was using Binge Dietitian, which is a binge eating recovery dietitian business, so I highly recommend using email sequences. So when people say, okay, if you want to sign up to my free course on how to lose 3 pounds without cutting out any chocolates or cutting out any crisps this week, then sign up to my course and then you have to enter your email address or something like that. So that's called a lead magnet, where you have to provide your email address and maybe your first name in exchange to access a product or get a course or anything. So then you capture their email sequence. So this is called like a lead magnet, and then you get the email sequence. And then ConvertKit. What's amazing with ConvertKit is you can create an email sequence when people sign up with their email. So like on day one, you could say day one, okay, thank you for purchasing or accessing this online course. And then day two, then I can talk about like, if you're interested in, if you really enjoyed the course, then you can check out my paid course, which has tons of value to help you lose 30 pounds effortlessly without having to cut any of your binge foods at all. And I know it's controversial, but it's true. I've done it myself, and then I could share as much as possible in the email sequences. And then day 3, day 4, day 5, they could go on forever. There's a popular personal trainer who became extremely rich because of email sequences. His name is James Smith, if you've heard of him. He's known as that British influencer personal trainer who keeps on swearing. He has a popular book called The C Word, and he talks about confidence. But he's a great businessman. So many personal trainers nowadays, they're doing one-to-one training. But he did a different way. So all he had to do was, he had this free email sequence where he said, if you want to get 30 days of free advice on how to lose weight extremely quickly, 30 days of daily 30 tips, which is effortless and only takes like 1 minute to read for free, then sign up to it. And he gives all those 30 daily email tips. And at the end, he has PS on all of these emails. PS, if you want to work with me, then click this link. So all he has to do is keep on creating content and then trying to funnel people into his email sequence. He's not only popping up in people's feeds once through social media, he's popping up into people's computers every single day for 30 days. And if you have enough time, you can create your email sequence to be 3 months every single day. And the reason why email marketing is extremely lucrative, it's extremely good way to market your product, because nowadays when people are like scrolling through social media, they're probably in bed at 10 o'clock, ready to go to sleep, but they're trying to exhaust themselves and they're scrolling funny videos, looking for funny videos. They're not ready to buy. But when people are checking their emails, most of the times they're sitting down, they might have their credit card right next to them, they're ready to buy, they're ready to like jump onto something, they're ready to make a purchase. Maybe they might be starting their 9-to-5 job, they're already bored, like, oh, I wish I could quit my 9-to-5 job. Ooh, that's a really good email tip on how to quit my 9-to-5. Maybe I might secretly just buy that course, all those kinds of things. So email sequences, extremely popular, and it seems outdated, but remember, people use emails. People are sitting down ready to buy when they're checking their emails. They're probably like, okay, I've paid my gas. I opened that email to pay for my gas bill, pay for my water bill. Oh, what's this? I have my credit card right next to me. Oh, one-to-one coaching at a discounted rate? Well, I might as well work with James then. Email sequences, extremely powerful. Stan Store is another thing. So Stan Store is basically link in bio. But if you click someone's link in bio, their Stan link, it's a URL, it's a link, then it goes straight to like a product page. So let's say this influencer, Alexandra Silva, she said she has an Instagram page, and then she says, click the link in my bio if you want to book a call with me. In the Stan Store, it's not just links. You can add calendar links where you can book a call with people. You can add other links like YouTube, you can add Spotify, but you can also add like checkout pages straight to the point. So person clicks there, It's already checkout. They don't have to go to any page. You don't have to create a whole website for yourself. So StanStore, if you don't really want to create a landing page and you're not really savvy with creating websites, then you could sell your product using StanStore. Extremely helpful, and I think it's free. Repostify. Not to be the tutor of my own horn, but it's my business. And Repostify, basically, if you post in one platform, let's say you post like a cat video on TikTok. If you integrate Repostify for you to post that TikTok video on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on X, on Blue Sky, Dropbox, Google Drive, YouTube Shorts, then you post once and then it's literally there. You don't have to do anything. I know what it's like to be a content creator and you have to post once and then you have to jump onto Instagram and you have to type the description all over again. You have to find a good sound and you have to post it, and then you have to go to Instagram Shorts, you have to post it, then you have to go to Facebook, you have to post it, you have to go to TikTok, you have to go to many places, and it's so exhausting. If you're treating your social media as a business, then posting once every few days is not gonna get you amazing growth. What you have to do is you have to post maybe like 2 times a day, 3 times a day, and imagine posting that multiple times. This is the reason why people burn out. So they're constantly posting, they feel like they're always glued to their phone. So Repostify, post once, then it's literally everywhere where you want it to be. Post 3 times, it's literally everywhere where you want it to be. So I highly recommend using those products. So part 3, how to price products using psychology. So this is the fun bit. So let's talk about charm pricing, the magic of 0.99. Why are things $5.99, $6.99, $7.99? So if your price here, basically just pricing the product just below the round number. So instead of $6, it's $5.99. The reason why it works is because customers perceive the product to be cheaper due to the left digit effect. We focus more on the first digit. So if something is, let's say, $10, we look at the first digit. So if it's $10, 10.00, they focus on the left digit. If it's $9.99, they'll focus on the left digit. They'll see it as $9. So although it's only one penny cheaper, it's basically exactly the same thing. Now, price anchoring. So there's this funny meme over here. So Wednesday, $49.99. Thursday, $49.99. Hold. Black Friday, $69.99, and it's been reduced to $49.99. Now, you see this a lot in Black Friday. So if you're selling something, don't put it just as, let's say, $100. Try to cancel an old price to show that it's been reduced, even though there's no special deal. Russell Brunson, he's a popular businessman, creator of ClickFunnels, amazing. He even goes to say that if you're selling a $20 product, then make the old price 10 times more. So make it $200 and then cross it out and sell it as $20. If you're selling a product that is $1,000, then cross it out with the old price being $10,000. The decoy effect. So this is a really sneaky one. When you go to a Starbucks or a movie theater, you'll see the price, like for example, $3.50, $5.50, and $6. You see $3, $6, $1.50 and $7. So basically what it is there's a decoy, there's a hidden decoy in all of these. I could sell something that's like $3.50, $5.50 and $10, but the medium is making the large seem like a really good deal. So it's only 50p more and it's tons bigger. I'll go for it. Here's the decoy, the medium one. Oh, it's only 50p more and it's much bigger. I'll definitely go for it. So instead of pricing your things such as like $3.50, $6 or $10, try to have a decoy, something that's in the middle and just a little bit less than the large. So the decoy makes other options look more attractive. Like it seems like, oh, the small is $3.50 for a little bit more than double the price. I can get a gigantic Starbucks. So yeah, nothing to say. It's quite straightforward. So try to use decoy pricing if you're having like a 3-tier product or comparing things. If you have 2 or 1 product, then try to make it 3 products as one instead, so you can use decoy pricing as much as possible. But if you're a personal trainer and you're selling like a basic coaching package, which is like say $100 a month, and you get, let's say I'm gonna keep it simple for example purposes. So $100 a month for only 1 hour of coaching a month. And then the second tier is $150 a month for 2 hours of coaching. Or I can have the $160 a month, only $10 more for the premium one, which is 3 training sessions. So obviously it's only like $10 extra for a whole free training session, so I'll go for that. So keep your medium not that different from the large. Alright, so does price equal quality? How consumers perceive value? So customers often associate higher prices with higher quality. So if you're not getting enough sales for your product, that's like $50, then don't reduce the price to $20 or $10 and hope that you'll get more sales. If you lower your price too much, people will think, oh, that's lower quality. Louis Vuitton, Rolex, price it at premium prices and people think it's a high quality product. In the UK, there's this clothing company called Primark. Super cheap. I can buy a shirt for only two pounds, or which is probably like $3. Really, really cheap. But people often assume it's low quality compared to another clothing brand like Ralph Lauren. Although they might be very, very similar. They're just fabrics basically at the end of the day. But Ralph Lauren increases the prices and people associate it with premium quality. Don't reduce your price if you're not getting enough sales. Always go back to the value equation. Keep your prices not too low, but quite on the higher end. Remember, if you want to earn $2,000 a month, then provide quality that's worth $2,000 a month. Don't reduce your price just because you're not getting enough sales. People will probably not even want to buy from you even more because it seems lower quality. So underpricing yourself makes you seem low quality. Be careful. Now let's go to the power of free. So using the word free to eliminate a resistance to purchase. So get a free trial or get one and buy one and get one free. So when you have anything, let's say you have a service, for example, going back to the same example I keep on going to, the personal training business. If you have a product, a service that is like 1 month coaching, offer like a 7-day free trial. What's it like to work with you? Offer like 1 or 2 free coaching sessions. It's worth it if you get a client that's going to be working with you and enjoys working with you for the next 12 months, the next 24 months. Reduce the resistance as much as possible. If you go back to the value equation, reduce the effort and sacrifice as much as possible. Reduce the effort and sacrifice for them buying that thing to find out what it is. Reduce the risk as much as possible. So I like memes. Start a free trial. Please enter credit card information. You'll never get a cent out of me. So the moment I love free trials. I love paying for softwares or getting anything for free. But the moment it goes to a card payment page, I'm like, well, that's it. I'm out. All right, scarcity and urgency. So act now before it's gone. So Amazon, hurry. There's only 3 left in stock. And you can see this I don't know if this is true or not, but they probably have like a lot. They rarely have like, I believe this is true, what I'm trying to say. But if there's urgency and scarcity, then more people are more willing to buy things. This is basically Black Friday. If you're selling like coaching services, don't say I have unlimited spaces. Say I only have 5 spaces. Let me tell you a little story. It was really, really helpful for me to understand scarcity and urgency. I'm always looking at Facebook ads, and I currently live in the UK in a town called Plymouth. And in Plymouth, when I see ads, and I scroll through lots of Facebook ads easily as if they're not for me. And the moment someone says, are you a guy that's aged 20 to 40 and living in Plymouth and want to lose 10 pounds this month very quickly, then I only have 5 spaces left. I'm looking for 5 men and there's only 5 spaces left to work with. I was like, oh, that could have been for me. I live in Plymouth, I'm a man, and there's only 5 spaces. Okay, I might work with you. So there's a bit of urgency that, okay, this is very specific and there's only 5 people only 5 spots left. I'll jump straight onto it so I won't get fear of missing out. Humans have a fear of missing out. Let's say you go to a party, a New Year's party, and you weren't invited. Or you couldn't make it. Then you get this sense of like, I wonder what it's like if I went. I guess I'll never know. So it's an emotional response, the fear of missing out. So now that you have a product and how to sell it with automations, and you know the little tricks to basically how to use psychology to price your products, then now's the time to start making content online. Be everywhere. And I know it seems like I'm gonna go to a full round circle, but if you feel like you want to improve and grow your social media following as quick as possible, then check out Repostify. Use everything in your disposal. I'm gonna go straight back to the value equation. Don't say link in bio, or keep it simple, or touch them once and then never see them again. Use email sequences. Use the value equation. Make it have amazing results, high success rate, make it quick and effortless as much as possible. If you go to a full round circle, the free ebook, which has low perceived likelihood of achievement, high time delay, and high effort and sacrifice, or the liposuction? Which product are you going to make? Is it going to be easy, high chance of success, basically done for you and very quick and no effort? Or is it going to be very difficult to use and high risk product? Make it amazing, effortless and easy to use, and basically you can implement this with literally anything in business. If you want to increase the revenue of any business, this is what many acquisition businesses do. So acquisition businesses in English basically means people who buy businesses and they turn them around. So, oh, this business is failing. I'm going to buy this business for $1 and then I'm going to, this is true by the way, people sell their businesses for $1 because it's falling apart. People jump in with an idea how to improve value and they turn them around, and then these businesses become extremely profitable. So it's very possible to implement this in your business as a general, or in that one specific product, or in that one specific service. Always focus on value. Value isn't just giving things for free. Giving things for free with as little time delay, little effort, and high perceived likelihood of achievement. Or you can charge $50,000 and you can still use all of these. Basically, in a nutshell, I'm trying to say is, with your product, if it's a very high value, people are willing to pay literally whatever. They're willing to get loans out of their bank if it solves a problem and it's extremely easy done for you. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I guess I'll see you around. Let me know if you have any questions and I'll be happy to learn more about your products in the future. See ya!